Let me just say, we've got with us now Captain Criss Turnipseed, but if you have the opportunity, go look at SuperTalk TV, because this may be the absolute best setting anyone has ever had to be on the air with us. He is sitting in his cruiser right now, out there doing his job. Captain, how are you this morning? Good to talk to you.
Good morning, Dave. We're doing great today, man. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. So what's it looking like out there? Everything looking good?
Well, a little bit cloudy, a little bit wet after the storms last night. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of a lull between these storms. I've been listening to your show here leading up to this interview here, and I'm concerned about two things here. I'm concerned about this weather coming this weekend. I'm also concerned about the price of macaroni and cheese. I might need to go out here to the store and buy me a few extra boxes.
Stock up now, because it's not going to go bad. You can just put it back and you'll be okay.
One of my favorite foods.
It's it's good. It's easy. It has up till now been inexpensive, and it's just filling. One good thing that I almost hesitate to call a good thing is over the Christmas enforcement period, correct me if I'm wrong, the last number I saw, we only had one fatality, and that's one more than we needed, but that is a result, at least, isn't it?
It is. That is a trend in the right direction. Like you said, one's always too many, but that is a lot better option than, having multiple fatalities. We hope to continue that trend into the New Year's. Just looking at it, and, we started the travel period this morning at 6. We kind of getting ahead of it starting this morning. We expect to start seeing a little bit more traffic today, and we're going to go through Sunday night at midnight on the 2nd. And hopefully, like you said, with these storms coming, this is going to be one of our more unique holiday, New Year's holidays. I mean, looks like we're going to have a lot of, tornado warnings and that kind of stuff coming up. So that's got us concerned as well. I'd like to just be able to tend with traffic and nothing but traffic. But, when you got weather coming in like this, that's something we have to keep an eye on as well.
Well, and let me ask you, because I could see it going two ways. With that weather coming in, is that going to lead to less people out on the road driving when they shouldn't be driving, or is it just going to make it worse for those that are going to do that anyway?
Well, traditionally, like I say, usually when you have something, a weather event like this coming, it usually people try to stay off the roadways, but you combine that in conjunction with the New Year's holiday. I think, it's hard to tell. I think people are going to probably try to get, where they're going, home or out, and probably try to stay there. I don't know. I don't know about you, Dave, but if I knew, I had some really bad weather bearing down on me, I don't think I'd want to be at an event somewhere. I want to be somewhere where I could possibly be safe. That's just me. That's probably just you too, but you can't tell about some people. Some people might just want to go and do what they're going to do anyway and just take a chance with the weather. But I would hope people would keep that in mind. But nonetheless, we've got we're going to have all hands on deck over the holiday period. We're going to be prepared. We're going to be ready for whatever comes. All our troopers will be working this weekend. Our days off have been canceled for the holiday, anticipating a busy weekend. So we're going to be ready, whatever comes our way, traffic, weather, what have you. We're going to be ready.
And let me just say, and I know you're not going to say this, so I'm going to say it, and you can just sit there and not even react if you want to. The people that are going to go out and drink and then try to drive probably aren't going to be scared off by the weather, because they are, by definition, not someone who makes good decisions. So we need to kind of maybe kick our brain into gear for this weekend, especially because we have two problems, both the partying and the folks that will get behind the wheel, and it happens. We had quite a few DUI citations last weekend, didn't we?
We did. I got my computer pulled up over here. I think we wrote, I'm looking over here real quick, 184 over the Christmas break. Last year, let's look. So we had DUIs for the 2020, I guess you would call it, 146. So, that's still a lot of people drinking over a period of time, over a weekend, out drinking and driving. And, folks are going to do what they're going to do, but we're going to do what we're going to do too. And like you said, if you make those kind of bad decisions, you're probably not going to take the weather into consideration anyway. So I'll have to agree with you on that statement there.
Well, and let me just say this, and I'm going to try to put a slightly different face on it. Captain Turnipseed, all of his men and women, everybody on the patrol, everybody in law enforcement everywhere, I want them to be so bored this weekend that they wonder why days off were canceled. Can we make that a goal? I would love you to just fall asleep in the cruiser because there's nothing happening.
Boredom's a great thing out here, and we would definitely like to wonder why we did this, but like I said, I've been doing this for 23 years. Usually, it's usually a reason why we're out here working. You just got to say it. So it's probably there's going to be those instances, those occurrences out there where we have to take action to make sure that the motoring public in Mississippi is safe. So we're ready to do whatever comes, be bored or ready to be busy, from today throughout the end of the holiday period. And luckily, like I said, we're coming out of one, going into this one, and we've got a little break on holiday periods until the spring. So we're going to try to do what we can to finish off this year with as safe as possible. We can have a safe holiday. We got to start over again here in 2022 and try to get things done right in that year as well.
Well, and I think really the next big enforcement period after this would be Memorial Day in May, right?
That's right. Memorial Day will be the next one. So although the holiday periods will be, it'll be a break between now and then, we'll still be out doing what we do, doing regularly. And Mississippi Highway Patrol makes sure that we're safe between those holidays. But those are the ones that get the attention, the media attention, and the ones we can kind of judge, kind of what's going on, what the travel's like and stuff, because those are high periods of travel here in Mississippi. But yes, we look forward to getting through this one and hopefully safely.
Now, let me ask you this, because we've seen it with airplanes and flights. We've seen it in just about every walk of society. In terms of drivers and their attitude, and more specifically their aggravation level, are people kind of keeping their heads, or are we seeing the same kind of thing that we're seeing in other aspects of life right now, where everybody just seems to be frustrated and aggravated all the time? That's the way it seems anyway.
Well, we've talked about this before, and I don't know if those were kind of regional things. You do have the instance here in the cases here in Mississippi where people get aggravated with other drivers, specifically people driving in the left-hand lane, or people not paying attention while they're driving and kind of coming in over you, and people get upset. That's not something typically we have to stop and correct or issue some kind of enforcement action for. But generally, overall, Mississippi, I will say this. This is the hospitality state, so drivers around here are a little bit more, I guess, low key, nonchalant. Don't get in other people's business while they're driving. I hear about the things on the airplanes, and I hear about the stuff going on up in the big cities. Folks are just rude and just have a hard time just living together out there on the roadways. But that's one thing I can say about here in Mississippi that we can take pride in. That for the most part, people out here drive up and down the road are somewhat pretty nice to each other, and they don't call us the hospitality state for nothing.
Well, the enforcement period started, it's already going on until Sunday night at midnight, right?
6 o'clock this morning it started, and we will wrap it up Sunday at midnight. I'm hoping, again, like I say, it's going to be a quiet weekend. I hope we're bored. But like you said, and I'm sure you'll warn people more, throughout the rest of your broadcast here, Dave. But please, wherever you go and whatever you do, be somewhere where you can keep eye on the weather and see what's going on, because when you've got temperatures like we have here, and then you've got drops down to what it's going to be, you're right. It's going to be some bad wind. Hopefully, it'll be something that moves through pretty quick, that doesn't just linger around a long time. So it's going to do what it's going to do and get through. So we're going to keep an eye on that as well. We just wish everybody have a safe and happy new year and a great, safe and healthy 2022 as well.
Captain Criss Turnipseed, Director of the Public Affairs Division for the Mississippi Highway Patrol. Always good to talk to you, my friend. Stay safe out there this weekend for me, okay?
I will do it. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for having me. And I'm going to get out of here and get me some of that mac and cheese like I talked about earlier.
Priorities. It's all